difference in people's lives.
And we are recording. Alright, welcome once again to another live stream from, there's a reason for that, it came from the radio. It is the 19th of July, and we are once again doing a live show. We have two guests today. We have a very jam-packed show, and once again this will be on our YouTube page. We have our senior correspondent Charlie Saladino hiding in the corner. There's Charlie, and we have Dana Velez right here, and we're going to be getting ready to go in any second now. So everybody, take your places, and we're off.
Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way.
Did you know that birthday parties help build confidence in kids?
Yeah. Did you know that giving kids less sugar before bedtime helps them sleep better?
Oh, totally. Did you know that friendly kids have more friends?
Alright, so everybody knows that.
What is this?
That's where I was today.
Look, so basically, like, where I'm gonna be, the next couple of weeks, like, shows like that.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want. It's whatever she wants. She's worried about what to talk about. A little behind the scenes going on right now.
Frank.
Yeah?
Mark was just talking to you.
No, I was talking to them.
I'm talking to Mark?
Oh!
We're live and recording. This is all going to be on YouTube right now. That's Frank. Say hi, Frank.
Yeah.
This is all behind the scenes, everybody.
All behind the scenes. This is what we talk about right before we go on air.
What's going on? You look like you're exhausted.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
From the heart of the nautical mind,
I think that's too loud.
you're listening to the station that serves the community.
Burn marks.
AM 1240 WGBB.com.
Okay.
And
I don't want it to hit the red.
GBB
Frank and Fro on the
Freeport.
floor and then splatter.
The views expressed in the following program do not necessarily represent
I
those
love when you do that. Don't ever tell me whether your phone's cheap.
Hey, this is Time Out, aka Bruce Leeward from The Last Dragon, and you're listening to It Came From the Radio on WGBD 1240 AM.
The following is brought to you in part by MFC Studios. The views and opinions of the show's hosts and guests do not necessarily reflect those of the owners, management, or staff of WGBB. And now, it came from the radio.
Hello, and welcome once again to It Came From the Radio, the official show of the Big Apple Con. This is your host, Mark Torres, speaking. With me in the studio, I have our very own senior correspondent, Charlie Saladino, from his sabbatical last week.
Yes, it was, I went up to the Tibetan mountains to confer with the monks, and I just reached enlightenment, and glad to be here.
And we also have a model cosplayer and, I guess, woman of many talents, woman of many hats.
Many hats.
Many hats, Dana Velez.
Hello everyone, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Wow, that's not the voice you had when we were talking before. Is that your radio voice?
Yes, this is my radio voice.
She's fucking so funny. And, all right, and we also have our traveling correspondent Hassan Galvan on the phone. Say hi, Hassan.
They are last but not least.
Well, you're not here, so you always get to be last and not least.
Okay.
Hassan.
How are you?
I'm good, sweetheart.
All right, so
Thank you for the hello.
so if anybody's having any trouble listening to us on the air,
Tough.
you can go online to www.am1240wgbb.com. Listen to us on the live audio streaming. Also on the GBB website, you can see us on the high definition webcam right now. And we're also doing live streaming on our website, www.itcamefromtheradio.com. With this video is going to be recorded and it's going to be posted on our YouTube page. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk to. We have another full show, so I have to get right to it. As always, this show is brought to you in part by the fine folks at the Big Apple Con, of which they just celebrated their 20th anniversary in March, and they're also promoting the WinterCon, which is coming up in December. Also, Mike Carbonaro is doing the Donuts and Comics, which is going to be, he says, in September, where he's going to go to a donut shop in Queens. He says Queens, so I'm looking for a place right now. where he's going to give away free donuts, free comics, and free coffee. And he's also going to give away free comic book appraisals for the first 12 people that register. For more information, you have to go to www.nycbm.com for that. Let's see, I'm going to have a quick shout out to a friend of the show. Chris Pasquarelli, author of Destiny Revealed, is doing a book signing at the Book Review in Huntington on Wednesday, August 5th at 7 p.m. For more information on that event, check out www.bookreview.com. So I'm just going to have the 2 bits of sad news, and then we're going to call with our guest. And we have another guest waiting in the wings. This is one of the few times we actually have a guest in the studio and another guest waiting in the wings.
Those wings, they're dangerous, those wings.
The hot wings. We're actually going to talk about that when we come back.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? You know?
Yeah, I have no clue. We'll talk on a commercial because I'm...
Yeah, all right. So, sad news. Sad news is Nintendo president Satoru Iwata died.
Wow, good research.
Isn't that how you pronounce it?
I am so glad, yeah, I'm
Iwata.
so glad.
Iwata?
Did you just take like a couple of seconds in the bathroom mirror just to practice these names before we go on the air?
Well,
So
it's
you
going to
don't
sound
like you're
I'm going to have to
reading
pick
it?
one. I'm going to have to pick one. So
Yeah,
I have 50-50 chance of being right.
Azadi actually called Nintendo to get the phonetic...
Yeah, even if you pick one and you're wrong, if you say it with conviction, everyone will think that they're wrong. That's how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to pick one and just go with it.
All right,
You can't be wishy-washy on the air.
So Satoru Iwata died this week
There you go.
due to a bowel growth.
A young lad.
Yeah. Iwata had spent the last couple of years battling the growth and discovered on his bile duct, which resulted in his absence at last year's E3. Satoru began working in the company from the 1980s as a programmer and worked all the way up to becoming a director of the company in 2000 and then was appointed president of Nintendo in May of 2002. During his tenure, he oversaw the launch of the Nintendo DS, the 3DS, the Wii, the Wii U, and placed a great deal of focus on accessibility and open communications with his fans. Nintendo said it has not decided on who the next president will be. In the meantime, Shigeru Miyamoto and Gino Takeda will jointly run the company. He was only 55, so that's
Very young.
yeah, that's
Very
yeah.
sad.
And as a sad note, sometimes guest host of the show, Alan Rothman, his mother-in-law died this week. That was Goldie M. Scherer. I was actually at the service this morning. That's why I'm all in black, in case I was wondering why I was all.
Sorry to hear about that, Alan. My condolences to you and your wife.
She was 88, so she lived a long and prosperous life. It's kind of amazing because I've known Alan since high school. He was my old high school teacher, and he was a guest host on the show a couple of times. He's actually been to a couple of events. He is celebrating his 40th anniversary to his wife this next month.
Yeah.
So that means he's known this woman for more than I've been alive, and it's just mind-boggling to me how, losing a parent at this late age, because Hassan and I lost our parents at a very young age. So it's very weird how this is happening. So Goldie.
Yeah, I don't know which is better. I guess at this point you couldn't say either one is better or worse. But
speaking
gotta be different.
Speaking to Alan and his wife Jessica, it's the same. It's still losing a parent is still losing a parent no matter how old you are. So I just wanted to take a few minutes to send our thoughts and prayers to the family. I've already met most of them.
Two great people, and my prayers and thoughts are with them.
Yeah, so that's the sad news. And moving on, we're going to have our guest. So we're going to
our favorite guest. One of our favorite guests here.
One of our favorite guests.
One of our favorite guests. In fact, she's my favorite guest. I put her over you because I never liked you, and so we can go with that.
She's our favorite guest who's in the studio right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
right.
right now.
That's not true. See, you said that, I didn't.
The views of the
I-
show.
See,
I see
now,
that.
you heard
I
that?
understand, yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I did,
Okay.
I did.
So,
I'll let you guys figure this out.
Yeah, that's a smart move, Hassan, because then when the dust clears, you're here alone, you're the head of the whole deal, right?
then he can have his own show, right? Right?
Yes.
What was that show? The Comic Book Expert, right? That was what you were gonna name it?
Yeah, they come with
Yeah. All right, so Adina, let's just talk all about you because you have so much to talk about. And last time you were here, we really didn't get a chance to do much about you.
Yeah, I opened
So,
up the.
Yes, you opened up the show
Eric.
and yeah, and that was it. So
Mhm.
we wanted to make sure we gave you plenty of time. So talk about yourself as much as you want to. Tell us what you're doing. Tell us about your charity. Tell us about all the events that you're going to be at. Tell us about every single thing that has to do with cosplay. Go.
Well, hello everyone. As you know, my name is Adina Velez. I'm a model and pro cosplayer hailing from the Bronx. And I have
Yay.
charity. Yay! Bronx.
Shout out to the Bronx.
I have my own charity called Heroes. And right now I have 2 little young boys that are actually being sponsored under Heroes and will be with me. Well, actually, Sean will be with me at Garden State. I'm trying to get both of them to come out to ImbianCon on August 8th. We'll be honoring them and doing a little surprise for them. So, looking forward to that.
And you mentioned Garden State. What is that?
Oh, Garden State Comic
I know it's New
Fest.
Jersey, yes, okay.
Yeah. July 26th, I will be there. I have a table. So, anyone who's going to be there and are listening, stop by. I'll be there with Sean as well, so you can come and say hello to Little Hero Sean. I will be hosting and judging, the featured judge for the kids cosplay contest, where they're giving out some really great gifts. So
Okay, so
can't
so
wait for that.
kids cosplay is how different is that from regular cosplayers? I mean, what are the parameters? How do you decide to judge kid cosplayers, not being a kid yourself?
Well, we're giving every single child a certificate, so no one walks away with empty hands.
Okay.
But 4 will be selected. We'll be judging on, of course, craftsmanship, personality, and basically their performance. So
Well, what kind of performances are we looking for?
you'll be surprised.
Like
You
what-
will be surprised. Well, actually, you'll be really surprised. These little kids and boys actually get up there and, either they get embodied into character, whatever they're cosplaying, or, they walk in and you look how adorable they look in their costumes. So that's gonna take.
How adorable. So wait, so no ugly kids? Ugly kids can't go in? What is that?
Of course, they could go in.
Ugly kids are allowed.
Yes, everybody's allowed.
Adorable real easy though. That's not.
They may, and listen, everybody's adorable when they're that little and in costume.
That's how you
So,
should test it. Any kid in a cosplay that can fly and the kid can actually fly, okay, that's a win. Any kid who can,
Yeah, exactly.
Any kid who dressed up like Sub-Zero who can actually breathe something with his hands, that's a win.
Exactly.
That's how you have to beat it.
So if you brought like ice cubes, that'd be fine?
Yeah, you find a way. You have to be clever about it. You can find a way to do it.
Hassan.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I do here.
That's what
my job.
So we for the past, I'd say year and a half, we're kind of focusing more on cosplay because we're learning more about it.
Mhm.
Well,
And
yeah, because
it's not just dressing up.
it's become huge, to say the least. It's like we said in other shows. It's now becoming a vehicle to these amazing people who started on ground zero, who started just getting dressed up for the heck of it as their favorite character, to come up to now to Dana's level, where she puts in research and stuff like. It's an amazing. It's definitely an amazing field.
It starts off actually as anything, as a hobby, and then from a hobby you either have the opportunity to grow with it or just continue it as a hobby. I actually took it a little step further and became a little pro with it. Like you said, very intense. You have to do your research. You have to actually put in a lot of time and money out of your own pocket into these great costumes that you see displayed out there. So it's something that we actually take very much pride into it, and we put a lot of labor of love into it as well.
Now, I remember back in the day, there was a big divide between people who made their own costumes. Those were actually the real cosplayers, and people who just went out and they bought the high-end costumes. So is that still going on? Is that something that's
yeah,
kind of...
we still have a little bit of
yeah, so
debate
let's say
in
I go
regards
out
to,
and I get
but
a...
I don't look at that. I mean, you're a cosplayer the minute that you put on a costume.
So let's say I go and spend, $1,000 on, I go to Star Trek, Star Wars. I lost my sound. No sound. Did I lose my sound?
There we go.
I can hear you. Right?
I could hear you.
I couldn't hear me.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh,
Well,
see? Some of us couldn't hear me.
Everybody else can hear you.
So let's say I go to whatever .com professional website and just get buy a costume like that, and I'm a cosplayer, and then then there's other people like, hey, I spent months and maybe years perfecting building my own costume. There is some type of elitism to it, right?
There is, and like I said, there's still a little bit spats here and there in regards to who's the real cosplayer and who not. And this is where it's a great opportunity to say, cosplay is cosplay, and there's no bullying cosplay, kind of so to say. And regardless of what, a cosplayer is costume play. So the minute you put on a costume, whether you bought it from someone custom made, a commission or whatever, or made it your own, doesn't really matter. You get a little bit more credit though.
You're still pretending to be someone else.
Exactly. It's costume play. That's where cosplay, the word is generated from. It's the root word, costume play. So yes, you are gonna get a little bit more credit when you do actually put in work on everything you put on. But that's where there are pro cosplay contests. That's where that takes. You enter those, because those are the ones that are more elite. Those are the ones that are going to judge you based on your craftsmanship, and they're going to judge you on that. So you win, and you could have the title to go with it and the glory, so to say.
I have to mention this because I thought it was hilarious. At the Eternal Con, we took pictures, Charlie and I, of the costume contest, and there was this kid. He had a stick with Michelle on his face sign, and that was who he went as, Michelle Obama. I thought that was the funniest thing.
Yeah, you come across some really funny characters out there. That was actually made me laugh as well. I was trying to hold it together.
But he didn't win. Why didn't he win? That was original.
It was really original, but there were other people out there who took.
Yeah.
There would have probably been a riot.
Yeah.
They would have probably took that stick with the picture and beat him with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's just,
cosplay or not, they're still human.
Yeah.
They're violent.
They're not superheroes per se.
Well,
No superpowers.
I think that this is understood among the convention people, and that's why they have different categories. I know back in the day with the Halloween costumes, like I always go to a Halloween party.
Right.
And at that party, they differentiate store-bought costumes and homemade costumes. And it's actually a big, comedic costume series.
Well, right now, like I said, right now, we actually tried in New York conventions I've seen, except for like New York City Comic Con, where they have other rules. The conventions I've seen, even in Jersey, they try to be more united, so they don't have exceptions to the rules as to, we're only gonna do a pro cosplay contest. We're gonna be it's open up for everyone to showcase what they want to walk in with.
So speaking of conventions, you're going to be at a lot of places and you're promoting conventions. What else are you going to be at? So you're going to be at the Indian Con, you're going to be at the BarCon,
Indian Con, Garden State on the 25th, BarCon on the 25th, Garden State on the 26th, the day after, Indian Con on August 8th, which I guess is like the week after that.
It's 2 weeks. No, there's the...
Yeah. No. August 1st, August 2nd, haunt-faire, which is here in Long Island. Looking forward to that. And then after that is Indian Con, August 8th. And then it's going to be working on organizing a very great and very well known convention.
And that's just weird because we're going to be at all these conventions. So either she's
It's-
following us or we're following her.
I like to believe we're following her.
Yeah, I think so too. It's Charlie.
Anyway.
But not in a weird illegal kind of
Yeah, no. In an amazing coincidental way. Because like I saw you at 2 cons before we actually met.
Yeah,
And I actually took pictures
Yes.
of it, and then we met at, I think, the Big Apple Con, like actually talked.
Yeah, I actually met you at last year WinterCon.
We were, and we were at
wanted
the
me to come
horror
in.
the horror
The
show.
horror show.
Yeah, that we talked there, but
Yeah.
then
I
saw
just
you.
was like running around doing my
Yeah.
thing like crazy as
Yeah.
always, and didn't get a chance to come back for an interview. So you tracked me down.
We actually met Dana at the WinterCon.
We did?
Well, I know I did. I met 2 Danas there.
Yes.
Right? I met
Yes.
2 of you. You came by once, and I said, "Oh, let us take a picture for the show." Then you
Yeah.
came by again, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know, because I'm the senior correspondent, so I thought you had. I said, didn't you have another costume? But
Yeah, I actually wore 2 costumes. I kind of tend to do that at conventions. I try to like dress up sometimes in 3 different costumes.
So you're like the share of a
Yes.
cosplay?
Yes.
What is the driving force for that? Why change into different costumes at a convention where a lot of people just go through after doing
Which is
one?
fun.
Yeah.
'Cause I am a maniac and like the challenge. Actually, I was doing it for the cosplay contest at that time. I
Okay.
actually changed into Cassandra Cain. Came in as Catwoman,
Right.
changed into Cassandra Cain, and walked the stage with that, and just decided I was too lazy to change back to Catwoman again, so I just stayed with the costume on the whole time.
So you say you do your thing at conventions. So you have a table, but you're not at the table.
No, Frank's at the table.
And Frank is like,
Yeah, that's Frank. He's on the webcam right now.
Frank mans my table when I am not there. Well,
So
actually,
what do you do?
EternalCon, I had a lot of things going on at EternalCon. I organized the whole cosplay contest, and I had to get everything together for that.
So how does that work? Do you just say, all right, everybody, let's just hang out here and we're going to take pictures and we're going to give out prizes, or is there more to it?
No.
It's always more
There's
to
a
it than
lot,
what we
yeah,
believe.
there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and there's a lot that actually has to happen in order for us to bring you this kind of elaborate event. I can't get into it more because I'll be giving my secrets away, but just know that it's a lot of effort and work, and that's why sometimes I'm very hard to track down at these conventions, because I'm busy getting everything together to bring this wonderful event that we're actually producing for everyone else. So yes, I organize those type of things and coordinate them.
It's sort of like it's not sort of like it is production, and you're an executive producer when you go into
Basically, yeah.
yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So everything from gathering the cosplay contest prices to drawing up the registrations, making sure everybody registers, making sure that the show doesn't go over the hitch, and you have other people that you have to work with. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, like I said, in order to get these wonderful conventions out there. And I do more than just, organize and coordinate the shows. I do a little bit of PR and marketing for certain shows, and I have been blessed to actually work with a lot of wonderful people.
So how do you manage to have a day job?
I know, that is my day job.
Oh, this is full time.
This is full time.
Full time, working the cons,
Managing
networking,
managing
charity.
myself, managing the charity. I don't have a manager, so it's me. I have a lovely assistant, so shout outs to Drew Moyo if he's listening.
He should be listening.
He does help it. He's been
Better
getting
be listening.
He better be listening, I told him. So he helps keep me in track. Frank has been a great support system, and he actually helps me when I'm actually out there in the battlefield, as I like to call it. So without him, I couldn't get half the stuff done that I get done.
That's great.
Yeah, I do wear a lot of hats, and I'm all over the place. Hassan, you had a hard time trying to track me down at one.
Oh yeah,
special
and I
edition.
knew where you were each time, and you just had moved like seconds before I got there. It was incredible. Absolutely
right, and if you just want to see a micro second of a Dana's Day at a convention, go to our Facebook page and look at the album of when Dana grabbed me walking by and said, "Follow me," and she actually took that time to promo herself, to promo the franchise, as I call it.
Yeah,
You know?
my brand. I'm building a brand. I'm trying to build an empire here. So.
Yeah.
Well, we have like 2 minutes left, so is there
Okay,
anything
so
you want to mention? Yes.
Yes. I will be selling official WinterCon tickets at my table at Garden State on May 26th. So anyone who needs tickets or want to buy one, come to my table and I will be there. Go on the website and find out. There will be a regular price.
Will you be
there will
doing
be
credit cards also, or just cash?
Just cash, no credit card.
And that is on 2 weeks from now, right? No, that's next
this
week. On
Sunday.
Next Sunday.
I'm only there on Sunday. Saturday I will be at BarCon, so anyone who wants to come to a mini convention inside a bar with beer, music, comics, come on out. We'll be there. I have a table there as well. So yeah, I think it's gonna be great.
So that's on Saturday. It's comicbarcon.com.
And it's Farmingdale Main Street, the Nutty Irishman.
The Nutty Irishman. Yep.
And that's on Saturday.
That's
then on
from
Sunday it's the Garden
Garden
State.
State Comic Fest.
GardenStateComicFest.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Then after that is
Then a haunt-faire.
August 1st and 2nd.
And then you have on the 8th.
And then ImbuneCon on the 8th, where I will be judging.
And we will be at, I will be at most of them, except the garden.
Right, because we got to be here.
Yeah, we got to be here. Yeah. Otherwise, we would be. Well, I'll see you the day before.
No, I won't. Well, you're gonna go to BarCon. Yes.
Yeah, the BarCon is the day before, and then Charlie is going to be at the Trauma dance.
Trauma is Friday. Yeah. But
Friday,
anyway,
yeah. It's crazy.
So it's crazy, and it's just a crazy life.
It is a crazy life, and guys, I just want to remind you, winter is coming. So come pick up your WinterCon tickets at my table at Garden State.
All right, so yes, we're going to take our break. We'll be right back. Came from the radio.
Can you smile?
Hi, this
Go
is
on.
Anne-Marie. You've heard my voice open and close the show. Now we want to hear your voice. If you have a business or product,
So you're
you
gonna hang
can
out for a
record a
bit?
commercial here. We offer 30 and 60-second spots.
I mean, after
For
we
more
go,
information,
we're going to...
You want to?
C_studios
let's go.
at hotmail.com. And now,
Are you leaving?
here's the
We're going to go get our second guest.
They're gonna bring in. You want me to sit in?
Are you guys like together? Yeah. Right. Taking a shot of you in your corner. I love that. I love the little flash waves.
Nothing on the table. Okay. That's it. All right, so now we're in our commercial break, and we're actually have our next guest coming in. We are streaming right now live, and that's going to be on our YouTube page at the same time.
You're good. I was listening.
You there?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Okay.
You're great.
Thank you.
Very good.
So this will be Robert coming in.
All right, Adam.
So this is your seat right
Oh,
there.
thank you. Okay, great.
Yeah, that's Robert right there. You can sit over there if you want.
No soil.
I'm getting fuzzy audio.
Fuzzy audio?
Oh, fuzzy audio.
Feel at home.
That's yours?
Yes.
Can you hear?
Oh, yes, I can.
Alright.
Good. Rock on.
Alright, so make sure the mic is in the right spot.
Yes.
Once it's in the right spot, don't move it to the switch.
I won't move. Good.
Don't hit it, don't, like I just did it. And Mark is like Catholic school.
That's all right. That's good.
No talking.
That's good.
No hitting the
That's
mic.
Brian, the engineer over there.
Very cool. You know, when I do a podcast, I got another guy who's anal, more anal than you couldn't even understand.
And this is called publicity, make like you're speaking at the bench.
I'm speaking.
No, we're looking at me.
Oh, looking at you.
There you go.
I'm speaking here today.
That's a beautiful thing.
There we go.
So remember, even though we're on break, we're still recording.
Sure.
So just keep that in mind.
Cool. This will be fun.
I can't get that song out of my mind. I just heard one. I heard White One. Like Cream?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this.
It's a great song.
The thing is, being the correspondent singing correspondent, I had the wonderful honor of singing under that song.
Oh, I wish. Too young for those days, but I wish I was around.
So every once in a while,
Yeah.
I hear a song and I'm like, oh yeah, 70s.
Is your phone off?
Yes.
Thank you.
See you later.
Very cool.
I like this song.
No, what is it?
Oh, this is the Power Rangers song. This is one of the actors.
Oh,
He made a CD.
right.
Yes.
Okay. Just asking you. You get very offensive.
That's John Young Box.
In the white room with oh, we're on YouTube, so I gotta remember that. We're not alone anymore.
Wow, that was hot. Now, back to our show.
And welcome back to It Came From Radio. This is Jose de Gabo Cons, your host, Mark Torres speaking, along with our senior correspondent, Charlie Saladino, in the studio. We have a special guest, which I'll introduce in 1 second, and Hassan Godwin on the phone. That was a selection from the iShine CD, Revolution Airwaves. That it was Johnny on Bosch. He played Adam on Power Rangers, so that was his CD. More information on that is iShine.com. It's really good stuff. I like that a lot. I want to mention quickly.
Kind of 90s-ish, but it was good.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
I want to mention quickly that Charlie and I, we did a live stream at Brimstone's Hound Comics
That was so
past
cool.
week.
And I'd like to thank Brimstone and his crew there for just being so hospitable.
Yeah, so if you missed it, you can go onto our YouTube page and you can see the entire thing. And then we took pictures on our Facebook page of Charlie testing out the hot sauces on there. And there's one picture
and
that has
damn glad to do it.
The expression on Charlie's face that he tasted the hot one. I can't find that moment.
That was me. How did you get that? Were you there, Brian? Yeah, it was pretty cool. The whole experience was pretty cool. I want to thank Brimstone again for allowing us to do that.
Yeah, so make sure everybody checks out that stuff.
Yeah.
But right now, we have our extra special guest.
Extra special.
Because this is his first time here. So that makes him extra special. Then he downgrades every time he comes back.
You never downgrade. You downgrade in his book. Never mind.
Yeah, we gotta work on the PR.
Yeah.
Things about spaghetti.
Yeah.
You're in front of them.
You can tell I work for ABC. I went right in for the cleanup, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's Robert Frankenberg. Now, he's with the Haunt-Faire.
Oh, yes.
Now, I'm just going to have to go out and just ask, is Frankenberg like your stage name because you're
No,
with
I
the
get this
Haunt-Faire, or-
all the time. No, it's actually really funny. My actual real name was Robert von Frankenberg, and my mother actually changed it when I was in elementary school.
That is perfect.
She got rid of the von, so now it's just Robert John Frankenberg. But yeah, I get that all the time. I actually work at the Haunted Mansion of Melville, in Melville. And all the time, my character is Dr. Frankenberg. And they're like, what's your real name? And I got to pull out my license all the time, all the time.
Well, but Von Frankenberg.
Von Frankenberg, yeah.
That would have been the... Oh,
you should legally change it back.
I think we're going. I'm actually getting married next September, and it's a thought.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir.
So why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself and the Haunt-Faire? What's that about? Because we're going to be there. We haven't really talked about it.
Love it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is Haunt-Faire? Who am I? I'm Rob Frankenberg. I am a manager over at Twitch Productions with Elsie McCobb and Adam Ginsberg. They've been around for about 9-10 years. First, we started specializing in theatrical shows, stage shows. We moved on to haunted houses. And then we created the Macabre Fair Film Festival, and now we're doing conventions. So it has exploded. We've grown ridiculously quick. We've been very, thankful. Everything's been great. I also own Grave Gear Studios, which is a music production company. We specialize in the odd things you can't find. So when you need somebody speaking in a demonic language, or you need horror movie soundtracks, or anything that you can't find. We do a lot of Foley work. I studied a lot of Foley work in college, and I fell in love with the art, and I just dove into the world, did 4 years of research, and that's my specialty. So it's been great. And the Haunt Fair was great because in January we did the New York Horror Show,
Right.
which was with Frank from EternalCon.
Frank Patz.
Yes, Frank Patz. And that was a great success. And now I'm with Elsie, and we're doing this, which is Haunt Fair.
Two people that I really, really appreciate.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Elsie is good people.
Yes.
Elsie is good people, and Frank is good people. That's
Yes.
the two people that keep very close to me. And Haunt Fair is basically a convention for all things haunted. So if you like haunted houses, if you like horror movies, if you like the paranormal, if you like independent films, we have the entire Macabre Fair Film Festival, and if you like to party, we are the place to be. So there's so much going on. We have tons of contests, vendors galore, and so many unique aspects of the convention that a lot of people haven't done. And my favorite part is that it's a job fair. And nobody, at least to my knowledge, on the East Coast has done a job fair for haunted houses. And we have the biggest, at least that I'll say on the island. We have Dark Side from Wading River with Mike. We got the Haunted Mansion in Melville with Tony and Phil. NYZ Apocalypse in Deer Park just signed on. Chamber of Horrors with Marty and Will over there. We have the Franklin Square Horror, which is Joe Loco, out in, I think that's Queens. So it's been incredible. And we also just got Gateway Playhouse. That was the other one that just signed on. And people can come and actually audition. Now on top of that, what's great is you can come and audition, and you can get a job pretty much for the October season and get paid to scare your friends, which is great. And on top of that, we also provide panels and workshops where we have industry professionals come in. So if you don't know if you like doing makeup at home and you don't really know that much about horror makeup, but you know like contour, like beauty makeup, we're bringing in the people to show you the correct way to go down that industry. So you can actually come, learn your craft, perfect it, and go on a job audition. It's a lot.
See, so that actually, believe it or not, he actually answered the second question before I even got to ask it. Because the question I was going to be like, why is a horror convention all the way in August when it should be in October? But this makes sense that...
Well, you know what's funny about that too is that we have that a lot from people that said, why in August? Why not in October? Why not in September, November? And the reason is we're building. I work at a haunted house, and right now we're in full steam ahead. And in September, we're all dealing with fire marshals and town codes and getting everything approved. We have to be done building already. And we're dealing with that. In October, we're open, so nobody can come. None of the haunts can come. So August just seemed to be that right after, Chicago Frights was actually just this past weekend, and HauntCon was before that, and we actually have the owner of that, Leonard Pickle, coming to this convention. And it just seemed to be the right time. A lot of people were very fond of the timing, and basically it's Halloween and summer. So what's better than that?
Yeah, it's huge. It's gotten huge. I mean, I drove down Deer Park the other day, and I saw that whole building.
Oh yeah.
And it was like, my God, what is it? And I'm almost crashing because the building is very impressive, and I'm like, oh, look at this. Look, oh, there's a red light there. Stop for that.
Yeah, that's NYZ Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And they're great guys over there. They run a great show, and they're top of the line. I mean, when you go there, you're surpassing haunts. We classify them as a haunted event because when you're in a full submerged world, it's a whole new ballgame.
And Melville, I know that was there. How long was that there?
We just celebrated our 20th anniversary last year.
Wow,
so
because
this is 21 years, and we're actually expanding even more. I run a show. Originally, when I first got to the haunted house, it was the Haunted Mansion in Melville and the Corn Maze. And I came up with an idea of adding a theatrical stage show, almost like Knott's did the Elvira stage show back in the day.
Right.
So now we actually do The Experiment, and The Experiment is a full stage show with an 80-person theater built in a greenhouse. And the complete theater is on a computer, so you get squirted with stage blood, you get hit with rice and maggots in the middle of the night.
Why aren't we there?
Oh yeah, you guys gotta come. We call it Rocky Horror on Acid because that's really what it is. And it's been great. Yeah, this is our 21st year, and that's the thing too is before this, the haunt community has been very separated. And in the 90s, there were a few people on the island who had this not so much work together idea of business, but it became very much of screw that person over there and don't go there and I'm going to fire you if you go there. Yeah. And recently, and in the past few years, those people have kind of out of their way. And New York Horror Show was the first time in I think 20 years that all 4 major haunts on the line have been under one roof. So it was a huge, it was like the Godfather meeting. So it was huge.
And as the show knows, I covered that.
Yeah.
And I came back and I said, I had a blast.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't say enough about it. I said, this reminded me of back in the day when I loved conventions.
Oh, yeah.
I says, one big room.
Yep.
I says, everybody, I got some of the best interviews there because everybody was in one room after they brought them in from the other room.
From the other room, oh my Lord.
Yeah,
yes.
which was, but they were in one room, and I got the greatest interviews because I was telling the audience that it was great. Everybody was accessible.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I loved and the people who came there, the cosplayers.
Yeah.
They were the twins. Did you see the twin girls?
I did. They're from Gateway.
Oh my
They
God!
are.
They were like one of my favorites.
They were.
And the clowns. I couldn't say enough about it, but I'm taking away from our guests.
No,
but
no,
I'm just,
no.
yeah.
No, you know what I was actually going to say is, the guests are a very important part. And for us, me and Elsie and Adam, we catch a lot of slack from the industry because a lot of people, when you go to Monster Mania and you go to Chiller, and you get the Sid Haigs of the world, the Robert Englands, Freddie Krueger, all that. You got all that, and that's great. But for us, we have what we call a macabre fair celebrity, and actually we were very lucky that before he exploded, our first celebrity was Doug Jones, who is Abe Sapien in Hellboy, Billy Butcherson in Hocus Pocus, the Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four, and we had got him right before he hit Comic-Con. And, and it was just amazing because he came, and this guy sat at his table 8 hours a day while the vendor floor was open, signed every autograph, then after that took a shower, came downstairs and partied at the bar with every single person, took a picture with every single guest that was there, and not one complaint the entire weekend. And we just believe in, we've had celebrities that we've brought in that, not to say we've had problems with at all, but just don't quite fit our criteria. And for us, our celebrities are there because they want to be there. I don't want to pay you to come in and you're just here to make money. You're here because you want to be here. And that's very important to us because the whole convention is people who want to be here. And when you create something that you surround yourself with great people, that's where you have a convention where it's just like you can't pick a room because there's so much going on. Right. And you find those interviews where everybody's just like, come talk to me, come talk to me.
It was an amazing thing. I am so looking forward to the haunt-faire. It's not even funny.
Oh yeah.
Because I knew it's same. I said, and the same place, which I loved that.
Yeah.
Venue.
The Ups guy's been great to us.
Yeah.
And you know what? And it's such a, like I said, right? They have the huge vendor room. We're changing the performers room this year, which is actually nice. It's behind the bar this time.
Right.
And there's a beautiful glass credenza in there, and it's just a really nice room. And at night, what's awesome is once 11 o'clock hits and the bands are performing at the after parties, we actually open the doors to the lobby, so you can sit in the lobby and you can get the DJ music and the band's playing.
Yeah.
It takes over the whole hotel.
And let me tell you the important thing. Buy from all those vendors, because you know what? It is so perfect. You could go back in the parking lot, put stuff in your car, and then come back in. Which, believe it or not, in cons, carrying your stuff
it's
around,
hard.
It's hard.
And when you're, like I said, I've been to Monster Mania. I love the show. I've been every year for about 6 years. But it's just, you're walking like cattle. And even Comic-Con. I love Comic-Con. But I just got to a point where 2 years ago, it's just like everybody file, and it takes you 4 hours to get back to your car, and it's like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a convenience.
That was a big plus for me because it allowed me to buy more stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which was a perfect thing.
Which is always good, buy more stuff.
Buy more because you know why? You go and you see stuff you like and you say, oh my God. But sometimes you say, you know what? I don't want to carry it with me. I'll come around again.
Right.
And then you come around again and maybe you missed your opportunity.
Right.
But in this, you like if you guys are walking around, buy it. And then you can bring it back in your car and then go and start again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there was not enough I could say about the...
That's great. I appreciate it, man. We work hard, and to hear people like that, it means so much to us,
Yeah.
So Hassan, you have a question for Robert?
I have 2 questions.
Sure.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
He usually does 1.
That's all right. I'll take 2. Bring it on.
So Robert, when we were at the event last night, how come you didn't tell me you're going to be on my radio show?
Where were we at the event last? You were at the event last night. Where were you?
I was at the event last night.
Were you at the drum? Yeah, really. Were you at the drum circle or at James's Renaissance event?
No, I'm the only black guy in Avalon.
Oh man, dude, I didn't No, that's awesome.
How could you miss that?
I know this man.
And he's tall.
He is very tall. This is good stuff. Oh man, hey, it's great to see you.
But I'd like to answer his question.
All right, so I'm
Matter of
gonna.
fact, I can actually see you, so.
Oh, that's
We're
great.
on.
That's great. Hello, sir.
The second question, I already know the answer to this question,
Yeah.
but what happened, man? Were you attacked by a werewolf? What started all this?
Oh man.
From out there for all this stuff.
You know what it was? My father was a great man who lived his life in the fast lane. He died when I was about 12 years old, and crazy rock and roll life. That was my dad. But at the age of 4 years old, I saw an Alice Cooper concert. At the age of 6, I saw Gwar. And it just spiraled out of control. My dad used to build home haunts with me before he passed away. We used to do a whole front lawn with fog machines. And after that, it was really funny because it was 11. I was 11 when Rich Hamp from the House of Living Dead that used to be at Sports Plus drove past my house. And he saw me, and he came in, he knocked on the door and said, who did the thing up front? Expecting my father to be like, yeah. And I walked this 11-year-old kid. And, at that point I was like, okay, I enjoy this, I love it. And I didn't quite know what I wanted to do at that point. And like I said, it's taken a while. We started with theatrical shows, moved to haunted houses. Now, like I said, now we're at conventions. So, but I think, when I saw Alice Cooper, there was a part of me that just went, that's what I want to be. And that for me was the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
And Demon Boy will be performing.
Oh, the lovely Demon Boy.
They're coming next week.
They're coming next
think,
week.
Yeah, they're coming next week. Yeah.
They're going to be on the show next week.
I love my Demon Boy.
Oh
He is
my
great.
God, he is great at he is great. I almost said it, and he's a wonderful person too. But let's not say that he's a demon. He's from hell. He's Demon Boy.
That's right. Yes, he is.
Okay. So he's going to be performing it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is one thing we try to do is we have so much going on at this convention, and actually the to be a performer and to be a panelist or any type of event at our event is an excruciating process. They submit the applications, and we really, we get tons, and we really select the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. And we've got stuff that you can't find anywhere else. And the best part is Matthias.
Yes.
I got it right. See, I was going to call him Mithros, but I knew that would be a mistake.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like we're missing out on something?
Oh no! Oh, he is a wonderful part of a Renaissance group. That would we call it Renaissance group? Is that what Avalon is?
You could probably call it that. Or
Yes.
micro-medievalism.
Yes.
Now that the word is out on that.
Oh yeah, sorry. They're actually doing the Death Knights of Avalon Saturday morning, and you can actually go. They provide garb, they provide weapons, and you can actually go battle with Death Knights in the ring at the stage Saturday morning.
All right. Something's just saying, just be a spectator on that one.
But that's the thing, and there's that. One of my favorite things that I think is so cool is when you go, to the movies and you see these fantastic Hollywood films, it's awesome. And then, when you get to meet them in person, sometimes it's great because they're really cool. Sometimes when you meet somebody that's not so great, it's, kind of like, ruin the movie for me. One of the coolest things, we have two great gentlemen coming, and this was a great idea that they came up with, and we actually have Philip Friedman, who played the woman in black from Insidious. He was actually the bride with the veil, the main ghost. And Jay LaRose, who actually was the long-haired fiend that was behind the baby crib in Insidious, and he was the one that attacks the wife in the bedroom. So he'll be there. He's also from Saw 3, and he was also in Repo the Genetic Opera. So he's been in a lot. And they're coming, and we're actually screening Insidious. And then after the movie, you get to do a Q&A with the two main actors of the film.
Wow.
That's cool stuff. And
Did you ever see those movies? Oh my God! This is what I call haunted. This is horror movie.
This
is not. We have a thing about slash kind of. I don't call them horror movies.
No.
And I'm so glad these movies came back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to the old days of the Vincent Price House on Haunted Hills. Yeah. And less is more. There's not a drop of blood in Insidious, and it's still one of the best movies that's out there.
Yeah. And this movie I throw out all the time. Carnival of Souls.
Of
back in
course,
my day.
it's one of the classics.
Yeah, thank you. See, I like this guy.
Holly just got validated.
You want to be a host of the
Holly got
show?
validated.
Yeah.
Hassan has some secret connection to Robert.
Right?
I'm a little proud over here.
This is
Wow.
good stuff.
The only thing I can say is that it's
It's not really a secret, actually.
well, the secret is out.
Yeah, it's way out now.
You know, we've been doing this for a lot of
long
years
time,
with
yeah.
the show,
Yeah.
and we're talking to more and more convention organizers.
Yeah.
Right.
We had Juan Choi. He was the organizer of the New Jersey Comic Anime
Okay,
Con,
yeah.
and that was a couple weeks ago. And he had the same passion and the same
Yeah.
drive as is. I'm a fan first, and I want
Right.
to try to make it for fans,
Yeah,
and that makes
right.
the convention better. The question is that at what point do you stop making the convention for fans and then start making it like the Comic Cons and the big boys, and
You
you,
know
just
what?
kind of lose your
For
way?
me, I don't think we ever will, because even like now, I don't think I would ever want to get to that point. And I think I enjoy that we had Cleve Hall at our last, the Monster Man from Sci-Fi's Monster Man channel, and I would be more happy, like he did the makeup competition, he was a judge. And for me, I like going to a convention where you don't have to watch them. Here they come. There's 6,000 people in the room. Guy goes up on stage, talks for 15 minutes. You waited 2 hours to get in the room, and is escorted by security off, and you don't get to see him. It's like after that, he walked off the stage and hung out. He sat down and had a beer with the people. And it's like, for me, I enjoy that so much more. I mean, will we ever get to the Comic-Con status? Maybe. I would love to, eventually hit that status of 20,000 people walking in the door. But I don't think the passion will ever change for the fans, because I think it's just a matter of people getting, not to say greedy, but losing sight of what's there, because, even when you used to go to Comic-Con, and listen, Comic-Con is Comic-Con, I love Comic-Con.
Right.
But when you used to go, you used to walk in the door, you used to get a bag, you used to get a poster from the movies coming out, you used to get a button.
Right.
Now you walk in and you gotta pay, $6 for a hot dog. And it's like, people are camping out 3 days outside to see, the Avengers, and it's just like, they're people, guys. They're people. And when did it stop becoming about the fans? It stopped becoming about the people dressing up. And now, granted, there are some amazing cosplayer. I don't know if you saw the guy who played at San Diego Comic-Con, the picture that's been floating around about Apocalypse.
Yes,
There's an amazing Apocalypse, and they're saying hire him and get rid of the guy that's in the movie right now. But it's that amazing creativity that keeps my passion going, because I know there's more people out there. And for me, I talk to him every day. When I talk to Mike from Dark Side, and that's the haunter world of me. But when I meet the fans and they talk and they love the celebrities we bring and the people we bring, and we have an after party on Saturday and Sunday that's like through the roof. We have karaoke. It's just through the roof. Oh yeah,
I love it.
And that's what it is. We are about the fans, and I think we will break that mold. When we get to that point of 20,000 people walking the door, you will still find the same programming. Otherwise, we won't do it. We're about pride, not money.
Yeah,
it's like the one at the airport, the
Geek convention.
Yeah.
Oh, the LA Geek.
Yeah.
We went there. We were there.
Was
We went to LA Geek.
unbelievable.
You know what? And it was great because they went from I forgot where they were supposed to be before they had moved to the airport.
They were supposed to be at this sports complex.
That's right, the one in Coram, or it's up on Middle Country Road. I know that.
Yeah, something.
The
like,
arena or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And we went there, and I walked in, and at first I was kind of like, where is everything? What's going on? But when I walked through, I was really just like, wow, these people just persevere no matter what. And it was a great event.
And the talent right in your face.
Oh,
the
forget it.
talent,
I went up and I met, oh my lord, I can't remember his name now. Dave, this guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and David Warren. And he was from The Omen, and he was so nice. And it was nice because it wasn't too overcrowded, and I got to talk to him for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
and David, we were discussing my fear in the dark room.
Oh yeah,
because of the and he was laughing, and where are you going to get that? Where are you going to get like as
you don't get that comment.
As a young man, I watched the Omen. That part scared me. Then he got his head severed.
Oh yeah, remember that scene?
Now I'm an LI geek telling him you scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, that's great.
I couldn't develop pictures for a week because of you. And he's chuckling, and he knows, and of course and you're right there.
Oh yeah,
you're on it. It was a great thing.
That's awesome.
So we have less than 2 minutes, so we're gonna do our final thoughts. Hassan, do you have a final thought for us?
My final thought is okay, first of all, this guy knows exactly what he's talking about. I've been to Macabre there, in there as both a guest and also as a member of Avalon. And you know, I know how this sounds, but it's absolutely true. Everything you said is 100%. The place is fantastic. If you're into horror movies, if you're into movies in general, it's really a really earthy, down-home place where you can get a lot of, you know, you get a lot of your geek on and get a lot of stuff that you're looking for and talk to a lot of really fantastic people. So you got to find the place, you got to give it a chance, and you got to go.
All right, Charlie, final thought?
I'm going to say, and I'm being very stern about this, unless there's a physical reason you can't get there, if you don't go to the haunt-faire, then you don't deserve to like this genre. Just give it up. Just watch, you know, just watch movies like The Traveling Pants that fit all the women and went everywhere. But that's it.
All right, Robert, final thought?
Yeah. You know what? I would just like to say that come and have a good time. You know, for us, we break the molds. We're doing a kid zombie walk on Sunday, as funny as that is, so bring your little ones. We like to make them look scary too. And they get to go trick-or-treating. If you get to, check us out at haunt-faire.com. We are August 1st and 2nd, like I said, and we're haunted houses, we're the paranormal. We have guests coming in, Long Island paranormal investigators, and media celebrities. Sinister, you know, Insidious, you name it, we got it. Yeah.
All right, so my final thought is I'm gonna take from what Brimstone said, which was mayonnaise. Is my final thought.
Mayonnaise.
Which he'll be at the convention, by the way. We have
Brimstone. Yeah,
Brimstone's
gonna be
Brimstone. That credit goes to Brimstone because it's one of our final thoughts. And you heard it on our live stream.
So that about does it for this week on
Doesn't really,
Radio. Join us right here every week on WGBB. If you miss any part of the show, you can go to our website, www.itcamefromradio.com. The archives will be up in a week or so. Also, like I said, this is live stream, so you can actually listen to us on the YouTube page, which will be up in a day or so, and we'll see you next week. Oh, don't forget the trauma dance is on Friday, and that's it.
Take it easy.
You have been listening to
just thank you for
from the radio.
Oh,
The views and opinions of the host and guests do not necessarily reflect the views of WGBB, owners, or stations. And now we return you to your currently scheduled broadcast.
But
I'm glad I got you come in and have some fun. That was great.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you kidding, dude?
the whatchamacallit, the woman in
Ellie, if you can open the door, see if the next show is there.
He's creepy in real life.
I went to see that.
Open the door, see if the next show is there.
It was a.
All right, so that is it for this time. So make sure you like us on Facebook at itcamefromradio.com and follow us on Twitter, ICSTR, and we will see you next time.